Andy, I really try to embrace. I want to support you, right? Like I want to make sure that we're doing the right things, and I'm a good friend and partner. But I don't know what I've gotten myself into here. We're about ready to kick off football season tomorrow, and like this is an all Lions parade, Andy. You got your
Oh
Lions
yeah, it is.
shirt
Oh
on.
yeah, it is. First, Dave, just soaking what you just said. After what seems like a fucking eternity, NFL football is back tomorrow night with a hell of a great game and Friday night. So just soak in. It's here on September 4th. The NFL season is back.
Are you ready for a Friday night game in Brazil? Are you ready for that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I want to go see
Okay.
the Eagles kick the crap out of the Green Bay Packers. Are you kidding me? That's like perfect.
We'll have some debates there. All right, Andy. Look, we've got two guests on. If you're watching on video, you can see we've got two guests. And when we do guests, Andy, we do. I keep. What are you doing there? Are you
I don't
around
know.
with the
Sorry. The dogs have me all fucked up this morning. Sorry.
dealing with amateurs here? No. I've got the I'm in a hotel room. I've got air conditioning. It's like freaking unbelievable. This has been a nightmare trip to New York. But okay, let's get beyond that. Andy, we've got guests. You want to introduce our guests, Andy?
I do, Dave. I'm super excited here. So, besides my bumbling fingers, so we talked about going into this Lions season, this really historical Lions season. I mean, things have never been like this before. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Just to talk to some of our friends that are Lions fans, sort of get an idea of like what this season means to them. So, two of my longest threads friends talking about the Lions are Megh and Alex, who have just been like all in on the Lions. Their enthusiasm is awesome. Super strong supporters of everything from the Detroit to Dan Campbell to freaking Applebee's, right? I mean, it's not nonstop, right? So I love cheering it up with them. We asked them if they join us today, and so guys, thanks so much for being here with us from the north in Michigan to enjoy today's podcast with us. Super excited to have you here. Thanks for being a guest.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So,
do you
Dave,
think, just weird sidebar, do you think with the Dan Campbell Applebee's commercial, do you think that some social media intern is like, hey, we've got all these weirdos that are constantly making Dan Campbell Applebee's jokes?
They'll all just like come together, like this is the right thing. You never know, right? The power of the crowd to influence the world around us. We don't know how these things work. You know what I mean?
It's been Dan Campbell Applebee's jokes for the better part of a year.
Yeah.
It's weird. At the risk of sounding like a psychopath, I think they're listening to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Applebee's, if you're listening, good call. Good job.
I don't need any credit. We know.
Yeah.
This is like the culmination of complete fandom when you got this Applebee's commercial. You got like Dan Campbell, who was like made fun of during that opening press conference about taking out kneecaps and all this fighting the Lions way. And now you're at this point. I mean, that's got to mean something.
Yeah.
We are bending the universe to our will here.
That's right. That's right. When MCDC pops up in an Applebee's commercial.
Only regarding fast casual dining.
Hey, Applebee's is making a comeback because of you guys.
That's right. And they deserve it.
Beloved underdog sports teams.
Beloved underdog restaurant chain, yeah.
Beloved underdog fast casual dining experience.
Dave, we've already like completely blown up our intentions this morning, and I love it. So, hey, look, let's get to. I'm just gonna ask you guys a couple questions. We're talking about Lions season, right? And so tell us a little bit about like your story, like as Lions fans. You know, Megh, you already told us a little bit about it. Like just growing up as Lions fans, like just a little bit about that, you know, because we sucked for a long time, right? So I mean, I was saying, you know, you guys were a little younger than me, so I don't know how much you remember the 91 season, the 1991 season, when last time the Lions got to the NFC Championship. But even then, like coming out of that season, expectations weren't what they are today. You know what I mean? And it's been 30 plus years of just not getting it done since then. And we all recently lived through the trauma of the Matt Patricia years. Like, tell us about you guys as Lions fans, and the excitement that you have, going into this season.
You can go first, son.
Yeah, I said, before we started recording that I was born in Texas in the Dallas area because my parents had moved down there when Michigan took a huge economic shit in the 70s and 80s. They said there was a running joke, how many Michiganders can you fit into a Volkswagen? 15 if you say it's going to Texas.
They're all in. They're all in.
Yeah, the last one out of Michigan, please turn out the lights. That was another one. And we, when I was growing up, my dad always told me in no uncertain terms that just because we lived in Dallas doesn't mean we're Cowboys fans. And the fact that you would leave, like such a, struggling sort of economic, social situation to somewhere sunnier, literal greener pastures with a winning football team that was America's team that was winning bowls. But no, that's not for us. Couldn't be us.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to be in foreign territory when that team's kicking ass like they were, and like I said, they were America's team. It makes me sick to say that, but it's hard to hold on to your Lions fandom at that point. But I love your parents just for forcing you guys to stay true to the Honolulu Blue. That's awesome. Alex, what about you? Were you guys part of the character? What's that?
Now we're America's team.
That's
sorry.
Right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry,
Dave's already dying inside right now. Alex, what about you, man? What about you?
My family, I didn't grow up in a sports family. We we didn't like root for teams outside of Michigan or anything like that. But my parents are like, I don't know, academics or scientists or whatever. We'd watch the Super Bowl, that kind of thing.
How many times were the Lions in the Super Bowl?
Never. I don't really remember. We watched it for the ads. But I played some football growing up and things like that. But this has been in just like the last couple of years, started really getting back into it and kind of starting to actually follow it. And I am having the best time of my life. It's fantastic. It's great. I'm like, oh, this is why people like this, because I don't have to like pay attention to everything else. I can just focus in on this. It's great. And I have something like I can just talk to people in line at a restaurant about sports. This is awesome.
You can read a Jared Goff quote in an elevator. Any elevator.
Yup.
Jared Goff.
Yeah. People in Florida know what that means.
Yeah. It is a good time to come on board being a Lions fan. If people haven't been like all in, so that story that my close family friends were from Michigan. They lived in Virginia when I was a kid, and years later I would see Vince, and he was like, "So you're still a Lions fan?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, he goes, "Even in Michigan," he goes, "like we're Red Wings fans and we're Pistons fans, but nobody really gives a shit about the Lions." I was like, well, I care, but that's not today, man. I mean, today the Lions are the kings of Michigan, America's team in the NFL. It's insane. So I know Dave's got some things he wants to ask. Let me ask you one more question before I shut up and give it to Dave. So honestly, we were sitting here. Excitement has never been like this. I mean, I'm petrified because I don't like expectations this high. I mean, Sports Illustrated's called it for the Lions. Another poll came out yesterday, some computer automated poll came out the last couple of days saying Lions win the Super Bowl. Like I've got crap in my pants. So I'm like, there's no way we can live up to these expectations. I'm petrified. Like I liked it was like, hey, we're gonna win a playoff game. Like that was, and then we're just gonna surpass expectations. What do you guys think for this season? What do you think is gonna happen here with the Detroit Lions?
I'm hoping we come out of the gate a little stronger than we did last season. My hope is I'm just in the same situation as you. I feel like if I get my hopes up, I'm somehow jinxing this thing. So my hope is like one win better than last season. And I'll consider that, a victory. I want that ring, but I also feel like hoping for it too hard is somehow going to make it not happen.
Yeah.
because that's how it goes.
This is the most Michigan-ass response.
Yeah. I'll just be.
The most Michigan-ass response you could have possibly given.
I'm with you, Alex. I'm with you, man. I'm with you on this. I'm with you on this.
Yeah. It's like obviously I want that ring, and I think we got the juice for it, 100%. We absolutely got what it takes, but I'm not going to be the reason we don't get that by hoping for it or expecting it.
Oh my god! See, like
I love it. I love it, Alex. I think that's like I can completely relate on sports fandom. That's how you truly know you're in too deep, I think.
Yeah.
I'm coming at it from like kind of a different direction where just that like I am like just me personally I've got horrible imposter syndrome, you know, in my professional life, in my social life. I always worry that everything I'm doing is trash, but no, actually like expectations for my output is consistently high because I'm actually good at it. And I'm constantly reminding myself, like, expectations are high because I fucking deserve those high expectations. And so do the Detroit Lions. So
I love that. That's positive. You know, I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and people like me. You know, that's no, that's great. You're right. I mean, like we often doubt ourselves, and sometimes we drag our sports teams into that too. The Lions have a lot to live up to. I mean, I'll tell you, I think the Lions. I don't know if the record's going to be as good as last year. Like everybody's talking 13-4. You know, like I think that's crazy. The schedule is just so hard. I mean, every game you look, you're like, it's not an easy game. I mean, even opening night, right? The Rams are good. Stafford, son of a bitch, is good. You know what I mean? So like they can easily drop some games here. I don't even know if we necessarily win the division just because, you know, teams like the Bears have such easy schedules. But I think the Lions make the playoffs, and I think the Lions beat Philly in Philly to go to the Super Bowl. That's my whole theory. I think the Lions are going to be the best team in the NFL. It's going to be a really hard season to get to the Super Bowl. So I think they do. I think they get there. Like I think this is the best team in the NFL. I'm super excited about it. But Dave, before I kill you here, what do you got? What do you got for Megh and Alex this morning? Like, what do you want to know from the heart of the Lions?
I have two questions. Like the first one is, are you prepared? Like everyone, like the Lions have been such a feel good story. Like Dan Campbell, like the ruggedness, the whole team, like Jared Goff, the redemption effectively, and a bunch of people who quit on them, like all the outside who think they were a bunch of losers, they're winners now. And so what are you prepared? There's been a lot of good feel good about it. Like, but now that you're gonna keep winning, it looks like you're gonna keep winning for a couple of years now. Are you prepared to be the bad guys? Oh, I hate the Lions. I mean, the like Jared Goff's overrated, and all these guys are.
I would love nothing more. Oh my god!
You know what this sounds a lot like? This sounds a lot like the 2004 Pistons.
They were the bad guys, right? That team, they were the bad guys.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like they were kind of like that went from being, you know, an underdog team, kind of same thing with like, you know, workhorse team without a whole lot of, you know, star power to it. And we still quote Rasheed Wallace in this house.
I mean, you can only do so well in the NFL before the country turns against you, right? Even the Chiefs, who I think are still like a pretty innocent team. Like, there's really nothing to hate about Kansas City, but people hate them just because they're so good. You know what I mean? They're so good. And so I think like the Lions becoming the villain because they're dominating the NFL, like that's a dream. I would love that, man.
I'd rather be hated than pitied. You know, that's
fair.
All right,
yeah.
It's like for decades, like nobody's cared about the Lions. It's like, the Lions are fine because they're not a threat. They don't mean anything. You've had a joke of coaches. I mean, it's just been like such a hard luck team that nobody's cared. You know, like they're cool. I like their blue. Like nobody cares. But now it's like people are gonna get sick of Dan Campbell. People are gonna get sick of Jared Goff. I love that, Dave.
So, what happens if they suck?
Then it's a regression to the mean, and we're used to it.
We've been there.
This isn't our first rodeo.
Yep. I feel confident that we got, you know, like the structures at the top to be able to build where necessary, you know. And if if we get let down, it's not, for lack of talent. Sometimes the things just shake out wrong. You get the wrong injuries or you get the wrong schedule. Eh.
Well, I will say, like, to your point, like, you have the right general manager, you have the right coach, the offensive coordinator, the defense. Like, you guys are for you're definitely primed
Yeah.
Yeah.
to do great things. So,
Yeah,
well,
got ownership that lets lets this coaching and management do what they think they need to do, and everyone seems to be kind of on the same page on how to get there. Which
How much do we love Sheila, right? For so
yeah,
long, like the Ford family was like, these guys suck, but she is awesome. I mean, she is an
yeah,
awesome owner. Dave, when you asked what about if the Lions suck, all I could think instantly was Wedding Crashers, and that scene when she looks at him, she's like, "You shut your mouth when you're talking to me." That's how I feel right now. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Could the Lions suck this season? That's not going to happen. So, guys, anything like any final words? Well, I think we got to do, Dave. I think we got to maybe ask Alex and Meg to come
no,
back mid-season and do a check-in here and
yeah.
see if we're still as high as we are right now on the Honolulu Blue. So maybe if you guys are up for that, maybe we'll come back. A little after the bye week and check in and see how we're doing. But anything else you want to yell out there as far as the Lions, MCDC, freaking Applebee's, or anything else?
Oh man, I don't even know. Shoot.
Well, let's just be hoping that when you interview us in the bye week, we still have coffee instead of bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that 5 a.m.
You can mix the two. You can mix the two. We're non-judgmental group here.
Drinking it out of the novelty Bacardi bucket
that we stole from Applebee's.
Yep.
Well, listen, you guys are awesome. Seriously, I'm so glad to get to talk to you like this, and then like you're so fun on Threads. I mean, Dave, one, just like these guys freaking built their cabin. Like it is awesome. Like what you guys did was this over the summer that you guys like watching you guys. I was like, what? Like, I was so envious of your skills.
Yeah.
I was like, this is insane. But just so fun. Peeking into your lives through Threads and the chaos of having young kids. Dave and I have both been there, and then just keeping up with you guys, and of course cheering on One Pride. And I think we've got a great community, on Threads that loves the Lions. I think it's just going to blow up. The bandwagon's got room. So if you're if you're crappy Giants or you're god awful Titans or whoever else it is. Like, come on board.
I've had several Patriots fans this season. So
now as a Lions fan, I can say, there are other teams that I just kind of forget exist. And that's not us anymore.
Not us.
Not us anymore. That cabin, we put a TV and an antenna and solar panels on that to be able to watch Lions games last summer. Specifically. And do you know what the first fucking game was? Ravens.
That was such a nightmare.
Put a TV in and I turn it off early.
Yeah, that game.
Hanging out of the second story cabin window, it's snowing. To get the antenna set up with the 100-mile range so we can watch our Lions, and
it's the Ravens.
It was a traumatic event.
Yeah.
I wanted to cry. I seriously wanted to cry. Like my wife almost took us to that game. We're not far from Baltimore, she was like, "Hey, do you want to go? Like, let's go." And I was like, no. I said, I forget why, but we were like, no, let's not do it. Thank God, if we'd paid to go to that game and like I sat there, like it would have been like Japanese anime. I would have had a sword in my gut right there in the middle of it.
Bring the paper bags.
Yeah.
Bring the paper bags with the eye holes.
All right, well, before we completely kill Dave with our Lions excitement, guys, we'll let you go and get back to real life. I know you've got kids and life and work and all those fun things, but seriously, thanks for taking the time out to join us. I'll follow up with y'all, and let's come back maybe mid-season if Dave doesn't get too pissed with me and check in and to see how things are going. But you guys are awesome. Thanks so much, and I'll be on the socials harassing you, so don't worry about that.
This was super fun. Nice meeting you, David.
Yeah,
thanks,
nice
guys.
to meet you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, talk soon.
Bye. Okay,
I have no idea.
Dave, was there a little part of you that was dying listening to the Lions celebrate like that?
Yeah, I don't know, Andy. I don't know what we're doing here. And we're gonna have another one on Friday. Like, what have I signed up for? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, I think really this is the idea of this for me was just like honestly, this is a historical season for the Lions to go in from being the
Uh,
NFC Championship, just the expectations, right? The Lions have never been seriously talked about as a Super Bowl, not just competitor, but potentially the champion. So I think for Lions fans, it's just such a unique season, such an exciting place to be where there's genuine enthusiasm about this team like I've never seen. So it's fun to hear true Honolulu Blue fans be able to celebrate, where the Lions are. But yeah, maybe we'll come back to that midseason check-in and see if we're still as excited as we are. But Dave, I know there's a couple of things we're going to get into today. I know
yeah.
we haven't gotten your health update for the week yet. I'm so excited to hear where things are.
All right, Andy. So the health update was so last week I think I was at 216.6.
Yeah.
So I had been down, I think 2.8 from where, or somewhere in
On
there.
the
I
week.
started at 19.2, right? And so I've been down. So then I weighed in on, well, this is Wednesday. I weighed in on Monday. That's my weigh-in date. So just
Yeah.
so that I'm consistent the whole time. Andy, 214.2.
Whoo.
So
You're crushing. We were saying maybe a pound a week, Dave. You're like doubling that. You're killing it.
I'm doing pretty good. It's not been easy, Andy. It's not been easy, but I think I need to get about I saw a number earlier in the week too that was like really promising, but I had a Friday was my day I let go a little bit. I pulled it back in Saturday and Sunday, but did good. Andy, I'll tell you, like at night it does suck a little bit, but I've been trying to use a little bit of those strategies, a little bit of like the Arnold ideas about, eating some, snacks or whatever, but not overindulging and doing some of those things. So look, I think I've got about 4 more pounds I can get by the wedding. So if I can get down to 210 now, that'd be
That's
great.
awesome.
Just,
Yeah, you've done a great job. So one question: do you think the public accountability, like being transparent in your goals, sort of trying to live up to the target, do you think that's helped you in some of this? Like, has that helped you maintain that discipline, say no to that extra dessert?
I kind of, weirdly, it does, I think, because I don't want to come on here and say, hey, guys, I'm back up to 218 again.
Yeah,
I want to be able to say, hey, I'm showing positive too. And, and look, for those people who are listening, if you take any inspiration from it, like, hey, join me in that effort to get down there, a pound a week or 2 pounds a week or whatever.
yeah,
I found like the first couple ones, it like those pounds do, like if you put in that diet or that right plan, it is going to come off fast and then it's going to plateau for a little bit. So you just have to kind of go through that. I haven't hit that yet, but look, I'm hungry at night and I want a snack, but I do other things. I might
yeah.
go for a little walk or I may try to do something else work related. So yeah, it's been good.
I think it's awesome. I like to go through when I'm working out. I like to scroll through, like workout, updates people post because it motivates me when I see it. And some people are just putting on thirst traps, right? They're just trying to say, look at my booty or look at my chest or whatever. But a lot of people are on there who are just generally trying to lose weight. And like I think it takes a lot of courage if people post pictures when they know they're not in like the best shape, they're working on it. Like I find that so encouraging because it's a public account. Be like, hey, I'm trying to become my best self, and I love to cheer that on. I think it's awesome. So I mean, to everybody that's out there fighting the good fight, trying to get leaner, stronger, healthier, feel better. I think it's awesome, and there's no shame in trying to be public and have that accountability about it. I'm really happy for you. It's not easy. Like I said, if you're watching it day to day, there's ups and downs, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
last night, I made pizza for my family last night. I have no self discipline when it comes to pizza. Like we enjoyed pizza last night. I'm sure if I weighed in, I'd weigh more than I did the day before. Like you've got those ups and downs, but
Yep.
it's the trend, right? It's the trend, the positive trend that you've been killing. So congratulations! I'm excited to see when you cross the finish line here before your son's wedding. I think it's awesome.
But my journey is not going to just stop at the wedding now, Andy. I'm addicted to getting down lower. So it's good. It's
Yeah,
fun. I
awesome.
will tell you, like there are certain things like we talk about Arnold's Pump Club a lot, Andy, because a lot of good stuff there. But
Yeah,
he had a post in his newsletter on Monday. Again, it's a free newsletter. Just sign up for it. About 1 minute of exercise can save 5 minutes or can add 5 minutes to your life. And
Yeah.
and over the course of if you did that 3 days a week, for the course of 8 weeks, you're adding a day to your life. These look, there's real benefits to being healthy, eating healthy, exercising, Andy, and I just encourage people to get after some of that.
Yeah, I mean, I just you were just looking at. Did you say 1 minute of exercise equates to 5 minutes of life? Is that what you said, right?
I think wasn't
Yeah,
that it?
I think so, right? And
Yeah.
just, I mean, oh, I'm raising my hand now, but I think if you're listening, like, just think about that for a minute, right? I mean, that's such an incredible return on investment. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just an incredible return on investment. Like, to just take the time to go out there and get those steps in, right? To get your 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, 12,000 steps in, each day. To spend a little time with resistance training a few times a week, right? To get out there and play a game of basketball or tennis, whatever. Like adding, not just, and it's not just life itself, but it's also the quality of your life, right? To being healthier and capable longer, so we can enjoy our lives, right? I mean, working out for me, yes, I want to be stronger, I want to be fitter, I want to be healthier, but it's because I want to be a healthy grandpa one day. I want to be able to go out with my grandkids and still be able to enjoy them at the playground as long as I can. And so, like, it's not just the duration of our lives, but it's the quality of those older years that is so much better when we take care of ourselves physically, we maintain a healthy weight, when we can maintain a strong body. And I love seeing, Dave, those fitness, posts and things like I love seeing, 70-year-old men and women, deadlifting. It's like, are you kidding me right now? Just seeing that kind of work, it's awesome. So I'm really happy for you. I'm really proud of you and the commitment that you've made, success that you've had. And for all those people that are out there trying to kick ass every day, it's just so motivating. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's the support of the community, as you said, for the
Yeah.
Threads people. It's the support of the community. So,
Yeah.
Andy, I think we're going long for today. So I think maybe we should wrap things up. Anything you want to call out for today, for this week, or for today, actually? So
No, Dave, I mean, there's so much going on around us. I mean, the world is ever chaotic, right? There's chaos in the world. There's chaos in politics. There's so much to, be down about. I'm glad we can take a time out, in this podcast and in other ways, and really to celebrate some of the good, right? Whether it's health and fitness, or it's, celebrate sports and rallying with our fellow fans. For me, like I said, I've been talking with Megh and Alex online for over a year. Like, just be able to pull up and chat, the glories of modern technology, like to have fun like we did this morning. Like, I just love it. Like, people often forget, like, life is good, quality of life is getting better. And for all the people that try and bring us down with all the chaos and hate that's out there, like, it is an awesome time to be alive and just to celebrate things. So I'm glad we could celebrate it together this morning. As you dial in from New York, Dave, thanks for dialing in from the hotel room. Wishing you well as you travel this week, and looking forward to coming back on Friday. Dave, next time we talk, the NFL season will have been underway. Like, we'll be talking to little Chiefs Ravens, which is super awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I am traveling this weekend, and this is a public service announcement that fucking flying sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry we delayed your flight 2 hours. We are going to hope to catch up that 15 minutes on whatever.
Yeah, flying. Just for the record, flying does suck. Anytime I have a chance to drive, like, I love the American open road. I love driving, and it's just such a great, liberating experience. Like, flying is like, it's crap.
Whenever I come up to your neck of the woods from Charlotte, it's like a
Yeah,
7.5 hours. People are like, "Why do you drive it?" I'm like, "Well, because think about it. I got to get to the airport 2 hours early.
yeah,
Got to then hope that it's not delayed. Then it's an hour and a half flight, and then I got
yeah,
to find my. By the time what I say, maybe an hour. Like,
yeah,
I'd much rather have my car and drive. It's so much more relaxing. So.
yeah. 100%, 100%.
All right, Andy, let's wrap things up here. Good to have Megh and Alex on the pod today. We've got another guest, I think, lined up for Friday.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore with my life if this is the case. So, all right, Andy, with that, I'll catch up with you next time.